I just found a niche so good that the algorithm is pushing it heavily right now, where channels that launched just 1 month ago are gaining serious traction. One creator hit 100,000 subscribers with only 29 videos. Another one raked in nearly 2 million views on a video posted just 4 weeks ago. One more reached close to 1 million views in just 3 weeks, and there are countless other creators seeing explosive growth in their very first month. Now what's crazy is that many of these creators started their channels just 1 month ago, and as you can see, their channels are already clearing some serious milestones. That's why in this video, I'll show you the entire process behind these high-performing channels, where we will use AI to handle a large part of the workflow. But first, let me explain what's actually going on. There's a niche gaining serious momentum, where the videos focus on animated emotional stories that grab attention very quickly. And these videos are taking off for a few key reasons. They use polished animations, which makes them more engaging to watch. They rely on strong storylines packed with hooks, which naturally drives higher viewer retention. And they use a very strong packaging that feels similar to popular Disney-inspired stories, making the videos far more clickable. And because of these three elements working together, the algorithm is pushing this type of content to a massive audience. But here's the twist. If you wanted to create videos like this using traditional methods, you'd need a full professional team and a very large budget. But this is where AI changes the game. With how advanced modern AI tools have become, it's now possible to create this style of content much faster and more efficiently without needing expensive tools or a large upfront investment. And you're in the right place, because I'll guide you through the entire process. And to make this easier for you to follow, I will split this video into 2 parts. In the first part, I'll show you how to create videos using free AI tools without a budget holding you back. And in the second part, I'll show you how to create these videos using an advanced AI tool I've been testing, which allows you to produce high-quality videos. So even if you're a complete beginner, you can follow along and understand the entire process from start to finish. So now that you know the entire plan, let's start with one of the most important steps, which is channel creation. And this step is extremely important, because if you create a channel with bad branding, your videos will naturally perform poorly right from the start. So now, let me show you how to create a channel that will really stand out. Now for this step, we will use ChatGPT. So once you're in, start by telling it to generate 10 unique YouTube channel name ideas for an animated story channel. Next, below that, I've included a list of instruction prompts that it needs to follow, which explain the style, the format, and how the output should look. And you can find all of the prompts that we'll be using in this video inside my free Telegram channel linked below. So feel free to grab them from there before we continue. Now, once you run this exact prompt, as you can see, ChatGPT will provide you with a list of 10 channel name ideas specifically made for a channel in this niche, and all of them are unique and ready to use. So now that the name ideas are ready, the next thing you need to do is ask ChatGPT to create a fully SEO-optimized YouTube channel description for an animated storytelling channel. Next, go through the names above, find the one you like the most, and then paste it into this section of the prompt right here, so it knows which name you've chosen. Once that's done, as you can see, I've also entered a few instructions guiding ChatGPT about the niche, the style, and the overall requirements for the description. And once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will generate a fully optimized channel description based on your niche and channel name. Now I'm guessing that all of you already know how to create a YouTube channel. At this point, simply enter everything you've created so far and finish setting up your channel. But now if we scroll up, you can see that we're still missing the channel logo, which is an important part. So let's create one. To do that, open the same ChatGPT session you've been using so far and start by telling it that based on the channel name and description above, you want it to create a highly detailed image prompt for generating a professional animated logo. Next, below that, I've explained how the logo should look, what it should include, and I've added all the necessary details so you can generate a highly branded logo. And once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will provide you with a fully written text-to-image prompt that's based on your channel. And with that done, you're now ready to generate the actual logo. To create the logo, we'll use Leonardo AI. So once you are in, start by opening the model section at the top and select the ideogram model, since it works really well for logo creation and it's one of my personal favorites. Next, make sure to set the image ratio to 1:1, since that's the correct format for a logo. Finally, copy the rest of the settings that I'm using right here, then paste the prompt into the prompt section above, and then click on the generate button to start the process. Now the generation process will be pretty fast, and once it's done, we've just created a logo specifically designed to fit the style of our niche. So now that the logo is ready, make sure to download the logo from here, then head back into the YouTube studio and simply upload the logo in the logo section right here. And that's pretty much it. Now before we move on, there's still one important step missing that can really help you improve your channel's visibility. So let me show you how to set it up. First, open the settings on the left side and navigate to the channel settings. settings, where you'll find the channel keywords section. This step is very important, so watch closely. Now to create the keywords, we will use a tool called vidIQ. So once you are in, start by opening the AI Coach, which is a tool designed to help with SEO optimization. Next, ask the coach to generate a list of highly SEO optimized channel keywords. Below that, enter your channel name in this section right here, so it knows what to base the keywords on. Finally, as you can see, I've included a short description of our niche, added a few key requirements, and explained how the output should look. So for the best results, make sure to use the exact prompt I'm using right here. Once that's done, click on the Generate button below, and the generation process will start. This process might take up to a minute since it's based on live results. And once it's done, as easy as that, we have just created a full list of SEO-optimized keywords tailored to our channel. So now that the keywords are ready, copy the entire list from here, then head back into the YouTube studio and paste them into the channel keywords section. Finally, make sure to save the keywords and publish everything by clicking the Publish button above. And with that done, your channel is now fully set up, and you are now ready to start with the video creation process. Now the first step in this process is creating a high-performing script, since the script is one of the most important elements of the video. To put it simply, if your script is bad, the entire video will end up being a waste of time. And to make this easier for you, I've already created all of the prompts needed to create a high-performing script, and you already know where to find them. So let's get started. Now to start off, open a new ChatGPT session and begin by telling it that it is a professional story creator specialized in high-retention storytelling. Next, tell it that its task is to create 5 original video ideas for a family-friendly animated story channel. Now, as you can see, below that I've included a lot of important details that make this prompt very powerful, so make sure to copy the exact prompt that I'm using right here, since it's very important. And once you run this prompt, as you can see, ChatGPT will provide you with a list of 5 video ideas that all match our niche. Each idea will also include a short story overview, so you can see what happens in each story and decide which ones you like the most. So now that the ideas are ready, let's create the actual script. To do that, in the same ChatGPT session, start by telling it that it is a professional storyteller specializing in high-retention stories. Next, tell it to create a full original animated story script based on the idea you've chosen. After that, go through the ideas above, find the one you like the most, and enter the name of that idea into this section right here so ChatGPT knows which idea you've selected. Below that, I've also added a field where you need to enter the script length. Here, you can choose a length anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. In my case, I'll enter 5 minutes so you don't get confused by a longer, more detailed script. Now, as you can see, I've included a large list of instructions that cover everything from start to finish. So as always, simply use the exact prompt that I'm using right here, and you'll be good to go. And once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will generate a full video script based on the idea that you've chosen. The script will be formatted in a way that makes it engaging to watch, with plenty of hooks and twists, which is essential if you want the story to perform well. So now that the script is ready, the next step is creating the voiceover. To do that, we'll use a tool called 11 Labs. So once you are in, start by opening the text-to-speech feature on the left side, then paste the entire script you just created into this section right here. Once that's done, open the voice section on the right, where you'll find a variety of voices you can use. From here, simply choose a voice you like the most. In my case, I'll use the Jessica voice since it fits the vibe of our video really well. Next, in the model settings below, make sure to select the V3 model, then click on the Generate button to start the process. Now, this process will be pretty fast, but while we're waiting for it to finish, I want to mention that 11 Labs offers a limited amount of free credits each month, which can be useful for getting started. You can also use the paid version if you need additional credits. And once the generation process is complete, you'll have 2 voiceover versions of the script. From here, simply choose the one you like the most, download it, and with that done, you're ready to move on to the next step. In this step, I'll show you how to generate all of the images you need for the video, and then I'll show you how to animate those images to give your video a cinematic look, so watch closely. Now to start off, open the same ChatGPT session where you created the script, and then begin by telling it that it is a professional artist for animated films, and that its task is to generate highly detailed image prompts that visually recreate the entire script. Next, make sure to enter how many image prompts you want it to generate. In my case, for a 5-minute script, I'll enter 30 images. But if you have a longer script, you can enter a higher number. Now, as you can see, this prompt is a bit longer than usual, and that's because I've specifically designed it so that all of the images are consistent and follow the same visual style. And since this prompt is crucial for this step, make sure to use the same prompt from start to finish. And once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will provide you with a list of 5 text-to-image prompts that represent the first section of the script. It will only generate 5 at a time because the prompts are very detailed, and this helps maintain maximum consistency. After that, it will ask if you want to continue with the next set of prompts. Simply type type yes, and once you hit generate, ChatGPT will provide the next 5 prompts in the list. And as you can see, all of the prompts will include the same characters and scenes, which is extremely important. Now make sure to continue generating the prompts in the same way by typing yes until you reach the final batch. And in my case, I've generated a total of 30 image prompts, with the final prompt being the final scene. So now that you've generated all of the prompts, let me show you how to generate the actual images. For this step, we'll use Canva, and you might be a bit confused at first, but I'll explain everything in just a moment. Once you're in, start by creating a new custom design, then make sure to set the exact width and height that I'm using right here, which is the 16:9 format. Once that's done, click on the Create Design button on the right, which will automatically open a new custom design for you. Next, open the Apps section on the left side, and using the search menu above, search for a tool called Magic Media. This is the tool we'll be using, since it allows you to generate high-quality images using AI tools that are available inside Canva, and a lot of people don't even know about it. Now head back to the ChatGPT session, where you created the prompts, and copy the prompt for the first scene. Next, go back into Canva and paste the prompt into the prompt section right here. Once that's done, open the format settings below, and make sure to select the landscape format, since that's the one used for long-form visuals. Finally, once everything is set, click on the Generate button below to start the generation process. This process is surprisingly fast, and once it's done, as you can see, we've created a set of 4 images that match the prompt very closely, and they all came out really well. Now, simply choose the image you like the most and click on it, which will automatically add it to the canvas on the right. Next, scale the image so it fits the entire template, and make sure there are no blank spaces. Finally, click on the Share button above and open the Download section. Here, make sure to set the size to the highest available quality. Then click on the Download button below to save the image. So now that you know how to create the images, simply repeat this exact process for the remaining scenes. It's a quick and straightforward workflow, and while this is the method I personally use, let me show you another approach that works especially well if you want to maximize character consistency, so watch closely. Now for this step, we will use Leonardo AI, so once you're in, start by opening the Models section at the top, and select the model you like the most. In my case, I'll use the Phoenix model since it works very well for this type of generation. Next, make sure to set the image dimensions to 16:9, since we're creating a long-form video. Below that, set the image size to the highest available quality. Now head back into ChatGPT and copy the first image prompt from the list, then go back into Leonardo, paste the prompt into the prompt section, and generate the image. As you can see, in my case, the image came out very clean and high quality. Now let me show you how to maintain consistency for the rest of the images. To do that, click on the 3 dots on the image. Here you'll find the image seed, which you need to copy. This seed controls the consistency of the character, style, and scene. Once that's done, open the advanced settings on the left side, enable the seed option, and paste the seed you just copied. And from this point on, Leonardo will maintain character consistency for future generations. Next, head back into ChatGPT and copy another prompt that includes the same character. Then return to Leonardo, paste the prompt into the prompt section, and generate the image the same exact way. And once the generation is complete, as you can see, we've created a new image of the same character that closely matches the original. The background changes, but the character stays consistent, which is exactly what we want. Now that you understand how this works, make sure that for each character, you always copy and reuse the correct seed before generating new images. Remember, each character has its own unique seed. For example, if your story has 3 characters, you'll be working with 3 different seeds. And by using this same approach, you can now generate all of the remaining images. And once you're done, you'll be ready to move straight into animating the images. Now to animate the images, the first thing you need to do is prepare the animation prompts. In the same ChatGPT session as before, start by telling it that it is a professional animation director converting static scenes into short animated video shots. Next, tell it that its task is to generate image-to-video prompts that animate the previously generated image prompts from start to finish. Below that, enter the number of video prompts you want to create, so simply use the same amount you used for the image prompts. Once that's done, as you can see, the rest of the prompt is packed with detailed instructions that guide ChatGPT through the entire process. So as always, make sure you're using the same prompt I'm using right here. And after you run the prompt, ChatGPT will generate a list of 5 image-to-video prompts that match the exact scenes from the first 5 text-to-image prompts. As you can see, these prompts are detailed but not too long, which makes them easy to use in most image-to-video generators. So now that the first 5 prompts are ready, simply type yes, and ChatGPT will continue generating the next set of prompts. Now repeat this process until all of the prompts are generated by using the same exact method as before. And in my case, as you can see, I've generated a total of 30 image-to-video prompts, and they are all ready to use. So now that all of the prompts are ready, let's finally animate the images. To do that, we'll use a tool called Flow, which offers free credits that you can use to get started. Now once you're in, start by creating a new project, and once that's done, watch closely. First, open the menu on the left side and select the Ingredients to Video feature, because this step is very important. Next, upload the image for the first scene into this section right here. If everything looks good and the image is properly formatted, click on the Save button below. Once that's done, the image will be uploaded as the first frame. Now, as you can see, you'll need to enter a prompt. So head back into the ChatGPT session where you created the prompts and copy the prompt for the first scene. Next, go back into Flow and paste the prompt into the prompt section below. Once that's done, open the settings above and navigate to the model settings where you'll find the available models. Make sure to select VO3 Fast, since it's compatible with the Ingredients feature and works well for this type of generation. Next, open the ratio settings and select the landscape ratio, since we're creating a long-form video. Finally, once everything is set, click on the Generate button below to start the generation process. This process usually takes a short amount of time, and once it's finished, as you can see, we've created a full video based on our image. The motion looks smooth, the details match the prompt very closely, and the overall quality looks solid. So now that you've created the first video, to download it, click on the Download button right here. Make sure to select the upscaled 1080p version, since this is very important for exporting a high-quality result, especially when using the fast model. So now that I've shown you how to generate the videos, simply repeat this process to generate all of the remaining clips the same exact way. An important thing to note is that you're not limited to just one tool. You can also use other image-to-video tools like Kling, HeyGen, Leonardo AI. I'm using the Flow method here because it's efficient and offers free credits you can use to get started. So now that you've generated all of the videos, the final step before moving into the video editing process is to find a background music that matches the overall vibe of the video. To do that, we'll use a free website called Pixabay, so go ahead and open it. Once you are in, open the music filter at the top. Then, in the search bar, look for tracks in the fantasy niche. After you click search, you'll see all of the tracks that match that keyword. This step is very simple, so take a moment to find a few tracks you like the most. Then download each track by clicking the download button on the right side. And with that done, you're finally ready to move on to editing the final video. Now to edit the video, we will use an editing tool called CapCut. Once you're in, the first thing you need to do is import everything you've created so far. That includes the voiceover, the video clips, and the background music. And once that's done, watch closely. Start by selecting the voiceover and dragging it into the editing timeline below. As you can see, the voiceover has small gaps throughout its entire length. These are short pauses in the audio that you'll want to remove to make it sound smoother. To do that, place the timeline where a gap begins, cut the audio at that point, and then remove the gap by dragging the voiceover together, just like I'm doing right here. Now repeat this process for the entire voiceover. Make sure you're only cutting out the larger gaps, and don't overdo it, since we don't want the voiceover to sound rushed or robotic. And just to save some time, as you can see, I've already done this for the full voiceover, and with that finished, we're now ready to move on to the next step. Now the next step is to place the visuals into the timeline. To start off, select the video for the first scene and drag it above the voiceover in the editing timeline. Then simply play the video, and based on the voiceover, cut that scene at the exact point where it needs to end. Next, select the video for the second scene and place it right after the first one. Just like before, play the voiceover and cut the scene if needed. Now this step is very straightforward, and I'm sure you already get the idea. Basically play the video section by section, and based on what's happening in the script, place the visuals so they match the voiceover. And to save some time, as you can see, I've already done this part. All of the scenes are now placed in the correct order, and they match the voiceover perfectly. So now that all of the visuals are fully set, the next step is to add the background track. To do that, select the track you imported and drag it right below the voiceover in the editing timeline. Next, in the settings on the right, lower the volume of the track to around -20, so it doesn't overpower the voiceover. And with that done, let me show you an important step. Now you need to go through your video and find the part where you have a plot twist. In my case, I have a more dramatic moment here. Next, place the timeline exactly where that part begins and cut the background track at that point. After that, in the settings on the right, add a 3-second fade out to the first track. Once that's done, grab another track and place it right where the first one ends. In my case, I've added a more dramatic track, but the exact choice depends on the emotion of your video, so feel free to use whatever fits best. Now cut the second track right where the good part begins and drag it to the left so there's no gap between the two tracks. Finally, in the settings on the right, add a 1 to 2 second fade in to make the transition smoother, and don't forget to lower the volume to around -20 for the second track as well. So now that everything is set, look for another part where a twist starts and cut the second track right at that point so it ends there. Next, copy the first track you added and paste it right after the second track in the editing timeline. Then select the second track and add a 3-second fade out so it ends smoothly. After that, select the third track and add a 1 to 2 second fade in, just like before. Finally, cut the third track at the end so it matches the length of the voiceover. With that done, all of the tracks are now properly set and fully optimized. Now let's add the final touch to the video. Select all of the scenes you've added from start to finish, then right-click on any of them and create a compound clip. This will merge everything into one clean asset. Once that's done, open the animation section at the top and go to the In Animations. Here you'll find a variety of animations you can use. This step is optional, so feel free to add an intro animation if you want. In my case, I won't add one. The important part is the out animations. Make sure to use the fade out animation, since it makes the video end much smoother and look a lot cleaner. And with that done, your video is now ready to export. Now to export the video, click on the export button at the top, which will open the export settings. Here, make sure to use the same settings that I'm using, since they are optimized for a high quality export. Once that's done, click on the export button below, and just like that, your video will be finally exported. So now that the video is ready, let's see how it turned out.
In a town where every roof held a clock and every street chimed with passing seconds, there lived a boy who listened more than he spoke. His name was Elian, the son of the greatest clockmaker the town had ever known. People said Elian's father could mend anything that ticked. Broken watches, tower bells struck by lightning, even ancient clocks that had stopped centuries ago, all found new life beneath his careful hands. But while he could fix time itself, there was one thing he never seemed able to repair: the quiet distance between him and his son. Elian spent his days sweeping gears from the workshop floor, watching pendulums swing back and forth like thoughts that never settled. His father rarely looked up, always chasing the perfect rhythm, the flawless second. And Elian learned early that time was precious, but attention was rarer. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the town in gold, something strange happened. The clock stopped, not all at once, but slowly, one by one, until the town was frozen in a single moment. The sky held its color, shadows refused to move, candles burned without shrinking, and the sun stayed forever at the edge of goodbye. The hour that refused to end had arrived.
I didn't show the entire video so we don't waste any time, but as you can see, the video came out really well. It looks like a professional short animated movie, and the overall vibe of the video is right on point. So now that the video is ready, let me show you how to correctly upload it on YouTube to improve its visibility. And this step is very important, so watch closely. To start off, open the YouTube Studio and upload the video you've just created. Once that's done, you'll notice that we are missing everything except for the video title. So now, head back into the ChatGPT session, where you created the ideas and copy the title of the idea you used for this video. Next, go back into the YouTube Studio and paste the title into the title section right here. And that's pretty much it. Now, as you can see, the video is still uploading, so while it's processing, let me show you how to create a thumbnail that really stands out. To do that, open the same ChatGPT session you've been using so far. Then start by telling it that, based on the full video script you created in this chat and the idea you chose, its task is to create a high CTR text-to-image prompt for a YouTube thumbnail. Make sure to enter the video title into this section right here to remind it which idea you selected. Now, as you can see, I've included a detailed set of instructions that it needs to follow in order to generate a strong thumbnail concept. So as always, make sure to copy the exact prompt I'm using right here. And once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will generate a fully detailed text-to-image prompt based on your video script, and it will be ready to use. With that done, copy the entire prompt from here and head over into Leonardo, which we'll use to create the thumbnail. So once you are in, start by opening the model section at the top and make sure to select the ideogram model, since it works really well for thumbnail creation. Next, below that, set the image dimensions to 16 by 9, since that's the standard thumbnail format. Then, copy all of the settings I'm using right here, then paste the prompt into the prompt section above and click on the generate button to start the process. This process is fairly fast, and once it's done, as you can see, we've generated a thumbnail that looks very strong. It has a clear text hook with a good font, includes the characters from our story, and the overall quality looks solid, which is exactly what we want. So now that the thumbnail is ready, download it from here, then head back into the YouTube Studio and upload it in the thumbnail section. And with that done, you're ready for the next step. Now at this point, we're still missing one of the most important SEO elements of the video, so let me show you how to create those. Now for this step, we'll use the same coach that we have used earlier. So once you are in, start by telling the coach that it is a professional YouTube SEO strategist specializing in animated storytelling channels. Next, enter your video title below so it knows what your video is about. As you can see, this prompt is more detailed because I've asked it to generate an optimized video description and relevant tags, and I've also briefly explained the niche so it knows what to base the results on. So now that the prompt is ready, click on the Generate button below. After the process is finished, you'll have a fully optimized video description and tag set that's tailored to your video. And in my experience, this is a very effective way to create the core SEO elements for your upload. So now that everything is ready, start by copying the full video description from here. Then head back into the YouTube studio and paste it into the description section right here. Next, scroll down a bit, and in the Made for Kids section, make sure to set the answer to no. Then scroll down a bit further, and in the Altered Content section, also set the answer to no. After that, scroll down until you find the Video Tags section, where we need to input all of the tags. Now head back into the AI Coach and copy all of the tags from here. Then return into the YouTube studio and paste them into the tag section right here. And with that done, your video setup is complete. Now before posting the video, I want to quickly show you that the video doesn't trigger any copyright issues and passes YouTube's checks, which is an important step. So now that everything is ready, let's finally publish the video. To do that, open the visibility section, then set the video to public, and then click on the publish button below. And just like that, your video is now live and ready to gain traction. So now that I've shown you the full process for creating a video using the first method, let's finally start with the second method. Now in this method, I'll show you how to create videos in the same niche by using an advanced AI tool that can significantly speed up the entire process. And this method is very powerful, so watch closely. To start off, the first thing you need to do is create a video script. As you can see, I've already created one using the same exact method we used earlier, so I don't need to show the process again since it's identical to what we covered before. So now that the script is ready, the tool we'll be using for this method is called VSub, so go ahead and open it. Now as you can see, this tool offers multiple features that you can use to create videos across different niches. There are a lot of useful options here, but the one that we will be focusing on is the AI video feature, so go ahead and open that one. Now to start off, you'll need to select a video style. While there are several styles available, the one we'll be using is the Pixar style, so make sure to select that one, since it's very important. Next, scroll down to the voice customization section. In the voices section, you'll find a variety of voices you can choose from. This part is completely up to you, but in my case, I'll use the Matilda voice since I like how it sounds. Now the next setting you need to adjust is the aspect ratio. Here, you'll see two different ratios, so make sure to select the landscape ratio since we're creating a long-form video. Finally, you need to import your script into the script section below, but keep in mind that you can paste a script of up to 4,000 characters. And once your script is imported, scroll down and click the Continue button, which will start the generation process. Now the generation process will take around a minute, and once it's done, as easy as that, the entire video is now ready. As you can see, all of the scenes are automatically created for you. Each scene includes captions, correct voiceover pacing, and everything matches the script from start to finish. But now, let me show you an important step that can really help you out. Now you can go through all of your scenes, and let's say you notice an image that didn't come out good. You can simply click on the three dots on that image to open the settings. As you can see, you have the option to replace it with your own image or video. But the most useful feature here is the Regenerate option, which allows you to regenerate that exact image using the same prompt. So now, simply click on the Generate button, and the process will start. This will be pretty fast, and once it's done, as you can see, a brand new image has been created for that same scene. From here, you can select it and easily replace the old one by clicking on the Change Image button right here. Just like that, it will automatically be added to your video. So now that you know how to regenerate the images, go through the entire video and check if there are any images that don't look right. If there are, simply regenerate them using the same method. In my case, all of the images came out very good, so I won't change anything. Now with that done, the next thing you need to do is click on the Select All button, and then click on the button right here. Next, open the Resolution section, where you'll see two resolution options. You can use whichever one you prefer, but in my case, I'll use the 1080p resolution, since I want better quality. Now, one important thing to note is that you can connect a replicate account by entering your own API key. This allows you to use this feature at a significantly lower cost, which can be very useful. This step is completely optional, but if you want to save credits, it's a smart option to consider. So now that everything is set, simply click on the Generate button below, and just like that, the animation process will begin. Now, the animation process might take a few minutes, depending on the number of images you're working with. And once it's done, as you can see, all of the images are now fully animated. And it's impressive how straightforward the entire process is and how much time it can save. Now with that done, let me show you how to make the video even better. First, if you click on the voiceover button on any of the scenes, the voiceover editor will open. From here, you can regenerate the voiceover for that specific section, which is useful if you're not happy with how it sounds. You can do this for any part of the video, but in my case, the entire voiceover came out well, so I won't change anything. Now, another useful feature is the sound effects feature, which you can use to add sound effects to the text. Simply click on any text section you want, and as you can see, by using the sound effects feature, you can choose from a list of available effects, or you can even upload a custom effect if you prefer. And this step is optional, so in my case, I won't add any sound effects to the video. Now, the next thing you can customize are the subtitles. Simply head over to the subtitles menu, where you'll find all of the text that's displayed in your video. From here, you can change anything in the script, and you can also add new parts if you want to. Just keep in mind that if you change anything, make sure to regenerate the subtitles by clicking the regenerate button above, so the updated text is properly included in your video. Next, if you open the style section, you'll find all the settings needed to adjust the appearance of the text. First, you can change the font. There are tons of fonts you can choose from. Then you can adjust the size, format, and color right here. Now below that, you'll find additional decoration settings such as stroke, shadow, and background, but in my case, I won't change anything here. Next, you'll see the active mode settings, and you can also adjust emojis in the text. I'll set this to none, since I don't want any emojis in my video. Below that, you can add text highlights, apply text effects, and adjust word formatting, but again, I won't change anything here. Now, one of the most important settings is the position option, where you can adjust where the text appears on the screen. You can place it wherever you want, but I prefer setting the padding to around 20, so the text stays near the bottom. Finally, there's the limit section, where you can set a word limit per each line. But if you change anything here, make sure to regenerate the subtitles. And this step is optional, so in my case, I won't change anything. So now that the style is fully customized, there's another great feature I want to show you. If you open the Tools section on the left side, as you can see, here you can upload your own logo, which will be included in the video. Once you upload the logo, you can fully adjust the position to decide where you want it to appear in the video. And this step is optional, so it's completely up to you whether you want to upload a logo or not. Now, another useful feature you can take advantage of is in this section right here, where you can add custom emojis and GIFs to your video. This can be helpful, but since I want a clean video, I won't add any emojis or GIFs. Now, one more thing I forgot to mention is that you can fully adjust the captions by using pre-made templates. You can find all of the available templates in this section right here. As you can see, there are a lot of good-looking templates to choose from. This step is completely up to you, so feel free to pick the one you like the most. In my case, I'll use this one right here since it matches the overall vibe of our video. So now that the captions are fully set, head back into the AI video section and then open the settings right here. First, you can adjust the voice settings. From here, you can control the volume and pitch of the voice, so if your voiceover is too loud, you can simply lower the volume here. Below that, you can customize the effects. First, you can add a particle background, which adds small animated particles to your video. Below that, you can also adjust the transitions. Here, you'll find two transition options, and in my case, I'll use the smooth transition since I want a clean and polished result. Now, the next important step is adding a background music. To do that, open the music section, where you'll find the option to upload your own background track. Simply click on the upload button and upload any background music you like. Once the track is uploaded, you'll see it appear in the music section below. From there, just select it, and it will be added to your video. Above that, you'll find the volume slider, which allows you to adjust the volume of the track. You can set this to your preference, but I usually set it to around 20%, so it doesn't overpower the voiceover. So now that everything is set, take a moment to double check your video and make sure everything looks good. And if everything is fine, you will be ready to export the video. To do that, click on the download button above, which will open the download settings. Here, make sure to set the file format to MP4, and below that, set the frame rate to 60 FPS for smoother motion. And once everything is set, click on the download button below to start the export process. Now, this process should be pretty fast, and once it's finished, your video will be fully ready. Finally, to download the video, simply click on the download button right here, and just like that, your video will be downloaded. So now that the video is ready, let's take a look at how it came out.
At the edge of a quiet village, where the hills leaned close, as if to listen, lived a boy who kept his bravery folded deep inside him. He was known for careful steps and gentle words, for standing back while others rushed forward. When trouble stirred, his hands trembled before his heart could speak. And each night, as lanterns blinked awake, he wondered what it might feel like to be unafraid. On the morning his story began, the village gathered for a festival that came only once a year. There would be races, music, and a crossing of the old rope bridge that swayed above the river like a held breath. The boy watched from the crowd, smiling small smiles, his feet rooted to the ground. He wanted to cross the bridge more than anything, but the river's murmur turned his courage thin. As he slipped away toward the fields, an old traveler appeared on the road, dusty and bright-eyed. Without a word, the traveler pressed a warm coin into the boy's palm. It shimmered like sunrise and carried a promise that felt heavier than gold. The traveler's eyes crinkled kindly. The coin would lend courage, but only until the sun dipped below the hills. Then it would be gone. The boy's heart thumped. One day, one borrowed day. He closed his fingers around the coin, and the world seemed to steady.
As you can see, the video came out very good. And while I didn't show the entire video so we don't waste any time, you can already see that the final result looks really solid. So now that I've shown you the full process for creating these videos using 2 different methods, it's up to you to decide which approach fits you best and start applying it at your own pace. If this video helped you out, make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment. And as always, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next one.